I'll explain how neural network work. Let's say we have variable i1, i2, i3, and the value for i1 0.5, value for i2 0.1, i3 minus 0.2. Our target is y, that is 0.6. This is the actual value. So for i1, okay, so first we'll calculate the hidden node value. Like for h1 we'll calculate by the like this: w1, see here, w1 i1 plus w2 i2 plus w3 i3. Here w1 i1 plus w2 i2 plus w3 i3. These are all the weight. These are the all variable value. So in matrix multiply we will get this. Again, see here, w1, w4, w2, w5, sorry, i1, w4, i2, w5, i3, w6. We multiply w4 i1, there will be i1 plus w5 i2 plus w6 i3. Again, if we put this value here, if we multiply, we'll get net h 0.24 and minus 0.46. Here net h1, net h2. If we applied sigmoid function here, sigmoid function on net h1, we'll get out h1 and out h2 this value. Now we'll multiply h1, this 0.559 into 0.1 w8, and we'll add this with this multiplication of out h2 0.386 into minus 0.3. So we'll get net output minus 0.060. If we apply sigmoid function, we'll get 0.4849, sorry. So this is how feed forward work. Now our error is our actual value 0.6 minus 0.4849. Then we'll get error 0.1150. This is our error. So how we'll change this w8 or w9? Let's say I'm talking about w8. So we'll multiply error and derivative of output. Since output is the sigmoid of net output, we'll calculate like this, like here derivative of sigmoid x is equal to sigmoid x into 1 minus sigmoid x. So if we calculate this, then we'll get derivative of output like 0.4849 multiply 1 minus 0.4849. Okay, this is called error term for output, error into derivative of this. Okay, and for this there will be one value. So if we multiply h1 this value with this multiplication value, then we will get we will get a value that will subtract from w8 value. We also will multiply this end product of error derivative of this and h1 with learning rate. I'm not talking learning rate here, we'll add that, but how much will decrease from this one, subtract from this one, that will be error derivative of this one and the input this value, the output of hidden layer. Okay, so if we want to change this w9, we will subtract from w9 error multiplication of this one with multiplication of 1 minus this one, multiply this value, that will be subtract from w9. If we want to change w1 here, so again we will our error term from output, derivative of this, that 0.4849 multiply 1 minus 0.4849 multiply 0.1150. This is the error term. We will multiply with this weight 0.1 with this and we will derivative of h1, this one. So derivative of this one will be again like sigmoid x means derivative of sigmoid x is means derivative of sigmoid x multiply 1 minus sigmoid x. So output derivative of output h1 will be 0.559 multiply 1 minus 0.559. So we will ultimately multiply which value? Error, derivative of this one, this value, derivative of this value এবং and this input. This result will be subtracted from W1. We will also multiply learning rate from this multiplication value. So if we want to change W2, so we will multiply error, derivative of this value, derivative of this value, and we will multiply with this, and we will also multiply with learning rate. So that value will be subtract from W2. That will be our new W2. This is how backpropagation work. This is very simple.